Thank you for joining me for another episode of Boom and Bust. I'm your host, Tony Clement. I'm here at the News Forum where all voices matter. Are quiet quitters setting themselves up to fail? Our next guest thinks so. It could have serious consequences for a worker's career path. Let's discuss the changing face of the workplace with Howard Levitt. He is a senior partner at Levitt Sheikh employment law firm. And I can say, welcome back, Howard. It's great to have you back on the program.
Delighted to be here and to be asked again, particularly, Tony. Thank you.
For sure. So I guess the first thing we should do is just settle on definitions. What is quiet quitting?
Quiet quitting means you're ostensibly on the job. They focus on the word ostensibly, but you're not doing any work. You've essentially quit. You're pursuing other passions, but you're putting in your time so you get your paycheck at the end of the week. But there's no effort. There's no initiative. There's no involvement. There's no team. You're simply effectively quit while still clocking in.
So has this become a thing during and after the pandemic then?
It has. Partly it's because people are being asked to come back to the office and they don't want to be back in the office. And partly because some people weren't working very hard during the pandemic. And so now that they're being scrutinized more closely, they're just not working very hard and seeing what they can get away with. Well, maybe looking for other work.
Right. And of course, some aspect of this has always been the case. But I guess your point is, is it more widespread now? Is this what one of the issues is?
I think people have become, I say that, I'm going to give a caveat. Many people have become accustomed to not being supervised and doing other things during the workday besides working. Before, when
Right.
you were sitting at your desk, your boss walked by, you couldn't be, or they were looking at your computer, you couldn't be on the internet playing games, and you had to be actually doing something, and you're accountable. When people moved off to Mexico or to Perry Sound, Muskoka from Toronto, or wherever they might happen to have moved to, or just from their comfort of their home,
Right.
took their dog for a walk. There was no consequence. They couldn't take their dog for a walk when they were in the office. They watched a movie. They had a chat with a friend. Nobody knew the difference. If they were called, they'd respond. They'd see the call, so no one would really know. And now all of a sudden, with the scrutiny back, it's hard to get people who become lazy to work hard again. That's my experience as an employer and as a lawyer for employers.
And are you hearing about this from your client base?
Yes,
Hmm.
I'm hearing more generically, Tony, how difficult it is to get people motivated and pumping out energy again and working and being productive.
And I guess part of this, let's talk a little bit about this, drill down a little bit. The employer-employee balancing act. Sometimes the employer has more authority and weight, and sometimes the employee does. Is it your sense that it's the latter right now?
Yes, no question. I don't think it's going to last, but right now, employees have had more bargaining power than they've had in 50 years, literally.
Really?
And all the jobs, by the way, are going to government. The private sector is competing hard to hire people because all the labor is being sopped up by government. 87% of new employment during the recession has been in the public sector, not the private sector. So, of course, restaurants and warehouses and small entrepreneurs just can't hire people because who could compete with government planted pension plan, high benefits, and high wages for the same jobs?
Hmm.
And security, because you can't be fired being unionized effectively.
And so one of the clear factors then is, basically government hiring has taken a lot of quality people out of the workplace, and of course, most of government is still working from home too.
Right. So it's hard if you're an employer to attract employees, and that's given employees tremendous bargaining power. And the other factor in this is that a lot of people of our age have retired.
Right.
55 and up, they've retired. So the workforce is actually smaller than it was in 2019.
Interesting. We're going to continue this conversation with Howard Levitt. He is a senior partner at Levitt Sheikh employment law firm in Toronto. Quiet quitting, the changing shape of the workforce, not only in Canada, really around the world. It's a very interesting topic. We're going to get into some specifics after we hear from our sponsors, because we're still working, Howard and I and our sponsors. So we'll hear from them, and then we'll be right back with the rest of the program. Please stay with us.